Hey everyone, my name is Wes, and welcome back to another episode of Terror Talk where I discuss creepy clips online. I created this original horror music to add to the video, and I hope you enjoy it. Be sure to leave your own comments, and when you're done watching, check the description if you'd like to listen to my music without the commentary. Now let's get into it and have some fun.
When I was a teenager, my parents and I moved from California to a secluded area in North Idaho. My parents had just retired and built their dream home deep in the backcountry. We had no neighbors in sight, just forest. Endless, dense forest that backed right up to national parkland and paper mill logging grounds. The house was massive. 2 stories, a gym, a full bar and pool room, and a legit movie theater set up in the basement. It felt like the kind of house people dream of. Remote, quiet, perfect.
Wow, what a house to move into, huh? Out in the secluded area of the woods and forest where no one's around. I mean, this kind of location and this kind of home literally feels right out of a horror movie, doesn't it? I mean, look at that remote location on the screen. That is, I'm sure it's not actually the actual place in the story, but this really is genuinely something right out of a horror film, like moving out to a secluded area where no one's around into a house like that. Wow. Do you have any experiences or scary stories related to that kind of thing where you move out into the middle of nowhere? If you do, let me know in the comments below because I always love hearing other people's scary stories and experiences. I don't really have anything like that personally, no scary stories related in that area, but let me know in the comments if you do.
Or so it seemed. I was dating my high school girlfriend at the time. One night, while my parents were out on a date downtown, I invited her over to hang out and watch a movie. We were completely alone. I cracked open a beer. I was underage, but figured no one would care, and we headed down to the movie room to watch Gladiator. Everything started out normal, but somewhere around the midpoint of the movie, maybe close to midnight, something switched in me. Out of nowhere, I was overwhelmed with this fight or flight feeling. It was like my body sensed something my brain couldn't see. My heart was pounding, and I kept glancing at the uncovered windows behind us that looked out into the pitch black woods. I didn't want to freak out my girlfriend, so I kept it to myself. In fact, things got a little heated between us during the movie. But the whole time, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched. I didn't know from where, but I knew. After the movie ended, I walked her upstairs and out to her car. The house was dead quiet again. She drove off, and I turned to go back inside. When I remembered, I'd left the bar, pool room, and movie room lights on. So I went back downstairs. I turned off the lights in the movie room first, then paused. My eyes drifted to the large window that looked into the backyard, and that's when I saw him. Man, he looked homeless. Wild hair, filthy clothes. But what froze me in place was his expression. He had the biggest, creepiest smile I've ever seen, with wide, staring eyes that looked absolutely deranged. And in his hand was a knife. He was gently tapping it on the glass, over and over. At first, I thought I was hallucinating. I slowly backed away and went to the bar room to shut off the rest of the lights.
Alright, how would you react if you saw this standing at your window? Like, holy shit. That would be one of the most terrifying things you could see outside of a window of your house. In my living room, I kind of have a sliding glass door that looks out to the back of the window. If I ever saw anything like that outside of my window, I think I would shit myself, honestly, because wow. And what would you do in this situation? Let me know in the comments below because I think for me, I would call the cops pretty much right away. I wouldn't wait around and linger or like go hide somewhere else and wait for them to leave. No, like seeing that outside your window would be terrifying.
That room has a sliding glass door that also faces the woods. I flipped the switch and watched in horror as the man calmly walked from the window to the door, still smiling, still staring. At this point, we were less than a foot apart, just the glass between us. He didn't try to get in. He didn't move at all. He just watched me. I went upstairs without a word. Right then, my parents were walking through the door. I told them I think I need to go to the psych ward or something. I swear, I just saw a guy with a knife watching me outside. My mom went pale. My dad's eyes narrowed, and without a word, he went to the gun safe, grabbed his rifle, and stormed out to check the property. I asked my mom what was going on, and she said there have been a few break-ins in the area. A guy wandering through the woods trying to get into homes. The description you gave matches exactly. The police were called, but they didn't find anything. No signs of entry, no footprints, just cold, black woods. That should have been the end of it, but it wasn't. That night, as I tried to sleep, I could hear a light tapping sound beneath me.
Well, I gotta give the parents credit in this story that they actually took their kids seriously, because a lot of situations like this, they'll just blow the kid off, not really take them seriously. But the fact that there was already a story out in the news, I think really helped the parents believe the kid a lot better, because otherwise, would they have believed them? I really don't know, because a lot of parents, and it does kind of piss me off that this happens, a lot of parents just brush off their kid's story like it's nothing. And if your kid sees anything strange or unusual, or if something ever seems off with them, take it seriously, because why would they lie? Unless they're known to be a liar, like, why would they start lying now? That's just my 2 cents, though. You can take it for what it is, but if I ever had a kid and they experienced something really weird or off or creepy, I would take it seriously. And I hope you would too.
My bedroom was on the second floor, directly above the movie room. It sounded like metal gently tapping glass. I tried to convince myself it was nothing. The tapping lasted for hours. This happened night after night for weeks. Sometimes it would stop. Sometimes I'd wake up at 3 a.m. and hear it faintly again. I even thought I heard footsteps on the roof one night. I checked the windows, but I never saw anyone. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being stalked, watched. Then winter came. My parents had to go out of town for a few days, but they were still nervous about what had happened. Before they left, they gave me a shotgun just in case. We also had a big Rottweiler, sweetest dog you'd ever meet and totally silent, unless something was really there. One night while I was home alone, I heard slow, crunching footsteps in the snow outside, heavy and deliberate. The dog stood up, ears perked, and began growling low and deep at the front door. Then barking, ferocious, loud, and non-stop. He only ever did that when he saw something real. I stayed silent. I didn't want whoever was out there to know I was home. I didn't move. Then came the knock. Slow, hollow, and taunting. I didn't answer. I slept with the shotgun next to me that night. Door locked, blinds drawn, dog at my feet. The next morning, I went outside and saw something that made my stomach drop. Footprints. Fresh human footprints circled the entire house. They stopped at every single window, like someone was trying to look in, searching for me. I followed the prints around the property, and they eventually led into the forest. I followed them maybe half a mile before they started to zigzag, veer off, loop back, like whoever made them was trying to throw me off their trail. I turned back. Something told me it was a bad idea to keep going. That night, the tapping came back, louder this time. I knew it was him. I unlocked my door, grabbed my shotgun, and stepped onto the second-story deck. I flipped on the fog lights that illuminated the backyard. There he was. Same man, same smile, and same dead eyes. He was holding the knife again, staring directly at me like he could see through me. I raised the shotgun and shouted, "If you don't leave, I'll put one right through you." He didn't move or flinch, just stared unblinking, grinning. I fired a warning shot into the air. That finally got a reaction. He staggered a bit, then slowly backed into the woods, still facing me. That's when I decided to unleash the dog. I sprinted downstairs, threw open the sliding door, and let him loose. He bolted into the forest like a black missile, barking and snarling. I'd never seen him that aggressive. He had a shock collar, so he couldn't go far, but I like to think he chased that guy off for good, because after that night, I never saw him again.
Yeah, and sometimes when it comes to sickos and psychos like this, absolute goddamn psychos, you have to get really aggressive like that to chase them off for good. If you don't do anything, they'll just keep coming back and coming back. And honestly, the tapping every single night for hours on end would drive me absolutely freaking nuts. Not only would it be really creepy, but oh my god, just thinking about that drives me absolutely nuts, because I'm really sensitive to external sounds like that. And maybe it's because I have Asperger's. It's like a very mild form of autism, actually. But that kind of thing would drive me absolutely nuts. And I do think that having a dog in this situation would be really a good thing to have. And the only reason why I don't have a dog is because it's a big commitment, and a financial commitment too, with all the vet bills and everything like that. But I think having a dog would be great, because it would alert you if there's ever anything unusual around. But either way, I thought this was really a creepy story, and definitely something right out of a horror film for sure. Like, absolutely for sure. And I hope you enjoyed my commentary and the music, and I will see you in the next video.